Last time on the Deep South podcast, I got ejected from a guilt-drenched mirror dimension by Raccoon Jr. Right as she got herself possessed by something older than sin and twice as smug. She told me to find Natalie and Thissy, and quick. Said the Unmaking was going to come looking for me, and I believe her, mostly because she said it while her eyes were black holes and she was laughing like a villain in a soap opera. Anyway, I didn't land in a field of daisies. I hit stone hard enough to make my teeth rattle. Rolled once, twice, then came to a stop staring at the night sky. My vision wobbled like somebody had put the stars on a spin cycle. Boots thundered toward me.
Pa!
Natalie's voice, sharp with panic. She dropped to a knee beside me, already reaching to check and see if I was in one piece. I groaned. I think I just got ejected from somebody else's trauma. 0 stars, do not recommend. Thissy stepped in behind her, holding a bone dagger and looking like she was about 5 seconds from performing an emergency exorcism.
Where is she? Where's Mary?
Well, she ain't Mary right now, I said, hauling myself upright. She's possessed. The Unmaking's got her. But she fought it, told me to find y'all, said she couldn't fix it alone. Natalie and Thissy traded a heavy look.
We figured she took you. We've been here trying to reach spirit guides, looking for answers, for direction, something.
Well, it's worse than that, I said. The ritual's halfway done. She's cracking. And that thing, the Unmaking, it ain't waiting much longer. I hauled myself upright again, wincing at the stone under my palms. It was warm, humming faintly, like it remembered power. The air smelled thick, moss and lightning mixed together, and every tree around the clearing leaned in like it was listening. Well, that's when I saw it. We were standing on a triangular platform, its floor etched with carvings that spiraled out from the center. Runes, symbols, even faces. Some were so old they'd worn near smooth, like they'd been here since the first dawn. Others looked as sharp as fresh cuts, detail fine enough you could trace it with a fingertip and draw blood. All of it seemed alive, shimmering just below sight. At each point of the platform rose a massive dais. At atop each one, an arch. The first shimmered alive in pale green light. Sacred geometry twisted and rewove itself inside the frame. Sharp lines breaking apart and stitching back together like living patterns. Mist curled off the base, drifting low across the stones like it had nowhere better to be. The second was bone, old, yellowed, intricately carved with runes and sigils. Cracks etched along its surface bled freely. Crimson spilling down into a shallow stone basin at its base. The blood pooled there, glowing faint as embers in the dark. Every drop echoing in the silence. A gentle drop where it met more blood, a hiss where it met stone. The last was carved obsidian, black and sharp-edged, glinting with torchlight in the pale glow of its sisters. At its feet stretched a bed of coarse black sand, moonstones scattered across it like pieces of fallen constellation. But this one was quiet, still. The arch wasn't lit, wasn't breathing, not alive like the others. I swallowed hard, standing there. I felt small, like the air itself was weighing on me. Not in a bad way, not exactly, but like I was trespassing in a place built for bigger souls than mine. Where are we?
This is the sanctum,
Thissy said, her voice steady, low with something between awe and belonging. She looked at the arches the way a wolf looks at the moon, familiar, reverent.
It's where the Triad calls its deepest magic, where we are whole.
The air tightened, the ruins underfoot flickered, carvings that had been smooth as stone for centuries suddenly sharp again. The vines around the platform curled inward like they'd heard a bad secret. The obsidian arch, the one that had been dark, dead, suddenly bloomed with a starfield. Galaxies swirled, moons drifted, and the space inside seemed deeper than the forest around us.
She's here.
Thissy breathed, and then I saw her. Raccoon Jr. stood dead center of the triangular platform. Her posture was too still. Her arms hung like they weren't hers. Her eyes were deep black holes that swallowed light and reason both. Thissy and Natalie didn't hesitate. Their masks manifested battle crowns of old magic cut clean across their eyes. Natalie's glowed pale green, lines sharp as geometry. Astral light crackled around her, bending space in ways that made my stomach roll. Thissy's was carved from bone, runes etched across it pulsed, then split open, bleeding freely down her cheeks, sizzling where they struck the stone. Thissy lifted her blade and drew it across her palm. Blood floated in the air in perfect spheres, then strung themselves into a shimmering rosary of red around her neck. Natalie dropped into a stance, left leg forward, left hand raised flat, right hand curled into a fist at her hip. They moved. Natalie Blink stepped around Raccoon Jr., flickering from spot to spot, each appearance punctuated by a pulse of pale green light that cracked the air. Thissy swept her hand across the rosary and brought back with her hand one bead, stretching into a red splinter before she hurled it like a blade. Where they struck, they dissolved into mist, leaving behind only the ruin that it made, gone as fast as breath and winter air. Some grazed her, but most didn't. Raccoon Jr. slid away like smoke, pivoting a split second before impact, or vanishing from one place and reappearing a step to the side. The air bent with her, every strike missing by inches. She wasn't even fighting back. Then I heard it, not in the air, in my ribs, and the ache of my teeth, like the words were being chewed straight into my bones.
You've seen it too, haven't you? The selfishness, the cruelty, the rot.
My hand clenched. I glanced at the others, but they didn't seem to hear. Natalie kept firing. Thissy kept flinging blades of blood, and the voice kept leaning closer.
They won't change. You know they won't. Just say the words.
I stepped back, shaking my head.
Let it go. Let it end. No more pain. No more pretending.
I wanted to scream, but that'd mean acknowledging it, and that's what it wanted. The Unmaking wasn't trying to win the fight, it was trying to win me. I stepped forward, heart pounding.
Stay right there. She'll kill you.
Oh, you care, I said, trying to smile.
Shut up and stay behind the line.
She didn't smile back, but her voice cracked like she wanted to.
Get a room,
Thissy muttered. Strike after strike missed. Her movement almost lazy now, like she knew where every hit would land before it left her hands. Now she don't want to fight, I muttered. My eyes followed Natalie's blasts and Thissy's splinters, skimming past her by inches. If only there was a way to get the Unmaking out of her. Then they could stop it together like Raccoon Jr. wanted. And then it clicked. Natalie, you remember what you did to Father John when the goose had its soul-riding shotgun? She blinked mid-step.
Yes, that's it. That's exactly it. I need one clean hit, but it's dodging everything.
I can hold her,
Thissy called, already bleeding more.
but it's gonna take a lot. You only get one shot.
She pulled her bone knife from its holster at her hip, clutching it so tightly with the hand that she cut earlier that I could see blood dripping from the handle. She dragged it across her other palm, slicing both hands open. Thissy held her hands out, palms facing each other. Blood streamed upward in curling ribbons, drawn from her skin in glowing crimson threads. She started chanting, words older than language, older than reason. The blood wove itself into shifting runes, spinning tighter and tighter between her hands. Natalie kept moving, blink step, blast, vanish, repeat, keeping Raccoon Jr.'s eyes locked on her. Thissy's chant built to a roar, the last syllables breaking into a scream. Her hands trembled, blood stretching between them like molten glass. The whole sanctum seemed to hold its breath. And then she clapped. The instant her hands met, every blood rune in the air shattered into mist. Raccoon Jr. froze mid-dodge, every motion hanging in the air like the world forgot to turn. Even the mist stopped moving.
Now!
Natalie appeared in front of her, already moving. She stomped her left foot so hard the stone cracked beneath her, a crater rippling outward. Debris floated up like it was underwater, then turned to dust mid-air. Her right hand glowed with astral light, so bright it cut through the night like a shooting star. She threw her momentum forward with a shout, palm slicing the air, trailing a vivid green streak behind like a comet. Her hand came within inches of Raccoon Jr.'s chest, never actually touching her, but the light carried her momentum. Astral force shot clean through, bypassing the flesh, finding what clung beneath. The strike hit home, sending a shadow flying backwards. Raccoon Jr. dropped to her knees as if her strings had been cut. Head bowed, eyes blank, almost lifeless. For a breath, she didn't move. Then, she gasped, a ragged, broken sound that clawed its way out of her chest. She lifted her face, eyes wide, in hers again. Natalie froze, chest heaving, her hands still glowing faintly. I stepped toward Raccoon Jr., but she raised one hand weakly, just enough to stop me.
It's not done.
And across the platform, the Unmaking rose. Slowly. Its outline was hers, but stripped of every human detail. Void black. Black mist curling upward from it in tattered trails. Only its eyes remained distinct, white, glowing, unblinking. The arches glowed brighter then. The runes underfoot flared, old lines burning fresh. Fresh ones splitting apart. The platform trembled beneath us, recognizing that the Triad was truly complete again for the first time in 100 years. The Unmaking turned its wide eyes toward me. It spoke. Not with a voice, but a presence, like rock crawling through the cracks of my teeth, like grief pressing down on my chest.
You know it's not enough.
It stepped closer, eyes white, hungry.
You know they'll ruin it again.
It reached out, not to hurt me, to offer.
Just say the words, give me permission, and this all ends.
Behind it, the witches moved. Mary forced herself upright, knees shaking as she met Thissy in Natalie's eyes.
We end it together.
She said, voice hoarse.
Like we were meant to.
Natalie didn't speak. She just moved, stepping into place. Thissy and Mary joined her, the three witches forming a straight line, hand in hand, standing between me and the thing clawing for my soul. The runes underfoot flared like fire. The triangular platform shuddered, carvings that had been worn smooth burning bright again, as though every triad through the centuries had risen to witness this moment. From each dais, power surged. Natalie's arch erupted first. a lance of pale green light threaded with shifting geometry spiraling upward. Thissy's followed, blood streaming skyward in a twisting ribbon, every drop glowing as though it carried memory itself. Raccoon Jr.'s came last, her mask black as void, stars drifting across its surface as her dais tore open with starlight, beams cutting through the night. The three streams climbed higher, higher until they collided above the platform, sealing into a blazing pyramid of light that crowned the sanctum. Hand in hand, they began to chant.
By light that walks the veil.
By blood that binds the root.
By stars that mark the endless night.
We unmake the unmaking.
The ground shook with their words. The air rippled. Even the trees bent back as if pushed by a storm. The unmaking howled without a mouth, its shape unraveled, black mist peeling away in strips, but it never stopped moving forward. Piece by piece it dissolved, dragging itself toward me on arms that evaporated as they reached. Its voice rattled my bones. Half its torso vanished into vapor, wide eyes still burning. Its legs shredded into ash, each step slower than the last. It clawed at stone, dragging itself closer even as its body gave out, until only a head and two wide eyes remained, glowing desperate in the dark. And then, gone, dissolved into nothing. The sanctum fell still. As the pyramid of light collapsed, their masks unraveled too, pale green, bone, and void dissolving into the air. Mary collapsed as her mask was fading, body finally giving in to all it had endured. Thissy caught her before she hit the ground.
I've got you.
Thissy said, steady as stone, easing her down onto the platform. Mary clutched at her arms like she was afraid she'd vanish.
I didn't know how to stop. I thought I had to finish it. I thought that was the only way to make it right.
You thought you had to do it alone, but you never did.
Tears rolled down Mary's cheeks, slow and shaken.
I'm so sorry for everything I broke, for leaving you.
Thissy cupped her face gently and brushed a strand of blonde hair back from her eyes.
You didn't leave me. You just got lost. And now you're home.
Raccoon Jr. crumpled into her arms, finally letting go. Off to the side, I wobbled dramatically and let myself fall like a sack of wet cornbread, clearly hoping Natalie would rush to catch me. She didn't. My back hit the stone with a grunt. Really? She smirked, leaned down, and offered me a hand.
Let's go home.
Well, folks, that's it. You've been listening to the Deep South Podcast. I'm your host, Possum Paul McGraw Jr., and what a ride it's been. If you made it all the way through this saga with me, thank you kindly. It means the world that y'all stick around for these stories. I want to give a big old thank you to the voice actors who brought the Triad to life. They carried the magic in this episode, and you can find all their links in the description. Go check them out and show them some love, because they earned it. And hey, happy Halloween to all of you out there. I hope it's spooky, I hope it's fun, and I hope you don't get haunted by a goose or possessed by a jukebox on your way home tonight. Remember, if someone's trying to sell you cosmic annihilation, don't shake their hand. Blood magic stains just about everything, especially your favorite shirt. And sometimes the biggest magic is three people choosing to forgive and love each other. Y'all be safe out there, and stay weird.
Something deep is screaming no, but my mind just won't let go. I'm shaking.